Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. This is such a nice and warm day. I love being here. And I want to talk to you about something. We all go through many different situations. Some are light that we can use our own initiative to handle them on our own. Other times we can be stressed and we need the comfort of reassuring words or simply an ear for us to talk to. I literally just came back and it started raining and it's gone dark as well. I don't know. It was sunny, you saw it, but now it's dark. It's British weather for you. It just happens when it's unexpected. Okay, back to where I was. Every so often, when you do turn to your family members or friends to talk about your vulnerable feelings, and they were there for you before, so you know you can turn to them for anything. But at times, I guess it depends on the context. When you think you're gonna get the advice or the support that you want to get, but you get much more less than you expected. They may also say certain things telling you to get over your pain, suffering, focus only on the good things that are happening in your life and so on. And it may seem like they're comforting you. It can really seem like that. But it can almost also seem like they're brushing away your concerns almost and telling you things like, it could be worse, which is like the worst sentence ever to give anyone that's going through anything vulnerable or sensitive. There are differences of being positive. One is toxic positive and another is mindful positive. This way of toxic positivity is not always directed from others to us. I personally think, honestly, we all have this kind of way, at some degree, of course, that we think we're being emotionally helpful to someone and we're giving all the kinds of right words, but sometimes we can say the wrong words. Unfortunate choice of words that I mean something, but something else happens and it's not totally what I meant at all. Naturally, we shoot out phrases like, don't be so negative, think only positive phrases. We mean well, even for self-care, we say that. So what's wrong with reminding people to be positive? Well, the fact of the matter is that it's when you force positivity upon someone else that have to be positive, only positive vibes exist. I feel like I'm saying positive a lot. I feel like it can have the opposite effect, I realized. That is what it is when you're so focused on having good vibes and gratitude, etc., that you don't want any room to acknowledge your low emotions. I know some people like that. One thing I've learned, it's so important not to bottle up your emotions whatsoever. To actually feel them, the good and the bad, that's where the balance truly is. Alright, I did a lot of research for this subject because I feel like I can also focus too much on the good things and I can try to brush off any of the vulnerable feelings I have and bottle them up, unfortunately, to push. That's a word, push. Hope that is a word. I don't mean for that to happen, so I'm just educating myself here. Mindful positivity is when people seek help and support. They are not asking for common inspirational poster positivity here. More often than not, they are actually looking for validation that their low emotions, their negative emotions are actually okay. It's okay to feel awful, to feel frustrated, to feel angry, to cry even. It's completely normal to feel those emotions. It's like we're kind of embarrassed to feel low. It's as if we're so shameful for it that we want to always push them away. Okay, there are a couple of toxic statements that people or we can say to ourselves. For example, statements like, you get over it soon. I feel that is such a blank statement. It almost seems a bit cold. Automatically not validating any of your sensitive emotions, almost like ignoring them. Whereas mindful positivity, I know it's hard and I know you have gone through the hard stuff before. I do believe in you to do what you need to do. Things like that along those lines. I do feel statements like that makes more of a difference because we're more emphasizing and we acknowledge the feelings better. Like I said earlier, I've done a lot of research for this one. I mean, I can also say a lot of wrong words. Other toxic statements can be like the one that we say all the time, and we have other people to say that to us, or we say to others, but we mean well. They may say things like, you got to stop being so negative. This word negative, I feel like we place so much of a bad aura around it, that the word negative is not always bad. But let me tell you something, lovelies, it's actually quite good to feel negative, and here's the reason why. Obviously, to a certain degree, we know that. It leads to greater clarity and understanding, and that's when the actual test of emotional growth really happens. I've recently also read online, you should acknowledge how you are feeling without rushing to change your emotional state whatsoever, and I feel that really resonated with me. So cross out this sentence, we don't need that. So here we can say instead to someone, it's okay not to feel okay sometimes, you know. It's something that hopefully they would get that. Simple and truth. There is actually one statement that someone said to me on a few occasions, which I'm going to include in the toxic statements section. The statement was that I actually don't understand it. There are worse things out there in the world that I actually don't understand it. I don't know, it was a bit harsh. I get it, they're coming from a good heart, like good place, but it almost made me think like, am I crazy to really feel what I felt at that time? Like, am I losing my mind or something? It made me rethink what I was going through because they just simply did not get it. But along with that, there is something good that did happen following that you think about it, and at some point you get to understand, to get curious why you're feeling what you're feeling. You get to somehow distinguish and distance yourself from the emotions. Allow yourself to think through it, at least at some level on your own. But for others to say that I don't understand you, I get it, it's not really nice at all. And you know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you know, I'm like the victim or anything like that, because I can choose to say those words, and I don't mean that. I don't mean to say that. I think it just depends on the context of it all. Validating an emotion does not mean that you agree with the other person or you think that their emotional response, whatever it is justified. Rather, you communicate with them. It is what they are feeling without trying to talk to them out of it or shaming them about it. And that is it. I really hope you got to the end of this video and you enjoyed it. Do comment below what you think about this subject, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I see you lovelies on my next one. Take care.